Hey, we started a
Alright.
Spotify playlist together. It's called the Gaylist. Play on words, get it?
Yeah, the game.
Have
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
And
at
the picture for it is scooting, dramatic scooting.
flippy floppies the flop flippy the flippy flop flip.
So if anybody wants to check that out, it's mostly just Travis's music because he fucking ordered everything. But whatever.
Listen, okay,
I put some,
no,
I put some SpongeBob classics in there. I put a Minecraft song in there.
no, listen.
There's little
What I did is I
there's
just
little
I first of all I compiled a bunch of albums to get my favorite Yes music, and I added the ones I really liked to the Gay list, and it happened to be this many songs.
that's like a lot of songs, bro.
They made a lot of great music, but I like it's just so much Yes. No, but yeah, add whatever unfunny dumb songs you want. I'm kidding.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'll try. No, but yeah.
Hey, I'm just trying to look like through my favorites list and see what.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. We just
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I can't wait to actually like listen to this. You know, when I'm trying to go to sleep tonight. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Best way to go. Oh gosh.
You just like do some of my weird ass music and you're like, what the fuck is this?
I'm like, what the
I have like
hell?
5 songs on there. You have like 50.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna count how many songs you have. You have Sunflower. That's one. 2. 3. 4.
Oh, dang it. That's not it.
5, 6,
Oh my god.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
I'm
15,
adding new
16,
ones in right
17,
now.
18,
Sufjan
19,
Stevens is
20.
like one of my favorite artists.
You have 20
It's so
songs.
good.
You have 20 songs on there, and
Okay, you have like 10 times that, so shut up.
I have 79 songs on here. Oh my
Oh my
god!
god.
Just add whatever you want. I just like see. This may be a lot of songs, but the good thing is I probably won't be adding many more. So, you know, it's already.
I mean, like, me and my other friend have a playlist, and we just keep going. So it's like basically a playlist of, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
just things that you like to hear, or,
Yeah. I might add more stuff, but I don't know. I kind of listen to a lot of the same stuff. I don't know. Like, sometimes I listen to different stuff. But, like, I didn't... It's weird. Like, that's, like, more of, like, the cumulative, sum of, like, all the stuff I've really, like, listened to. There's other
Yeah.
stuff, but not that I'm really
I
into.
have, like, I'm, like, really weird because I have, like, I can listen to literally anything and I'll find it interesting. Like, I have such a wide variety of music taste.
I have a very specific taste, which is, like, I don't know. It's, like, it's, like, I don't...
Yeah, so this playlist might be a disaster, but it also might be
Maybe.
pretty interesting. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You said that in a voice where you're like, don't fuck this up, Travis. Yeah, like, oh, was it right? My actual music playlist has 430 songs, so
Oh my shit.
yeah, it's
Dude, look! I'm adding a piano song. It's called Eryn's Waltz. It's my fucking waltz. Don't touch it.
I accidentally touched it.
I'll assassinate you. I'm gonna add a bunch of depressing songs because I'm emo.
Cool. I don't think this is actually a waltz, though.
It's piano.
Yeah, I can't tell what meter that's in, actually. It's really weird.
Some of my fucking songs are really weird.
Yeah. Well, I listen to progressive rock, so that's... If you listen to some of the crazy stuff, it's super weird. But that's really pretty, the waltz.
Yeah. It's my theme song. It's my life theme song.
Yeah, because definitely when you enter the room, this is the kind of mood that I get.
Yeah, bro. It's not like anything else. I'm not. Okay. So Travis, what do you like? Act like you never met me, right?
That's gonna be hard.
If I walked into the room right now, like what would you? What do I look like? What type of person do I look like?
Well, I can tell you what my first impression of you was in 6th grade. I just saw you with the French horn, and I didn't know if you were a girl or a boy.
Fuck. Of course.
No, don't worry. But
No, I don't care. I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, that was back when you had, like, just the brown hair and just, like, over, and, like, it was very, it looked kind of meticulous in a way. I don't know. But you just looked kind of normal. You looked pretty reserved, and then Ethan made friends with you, and then, because of that, so we all sat at lunch together, and you shoved hentai in my face and said, "I know you're soothed by this."
Oh my god. Wait, did I do that?
Yes, you did.
You remember that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We were all sitting at lunch together, and you just shoved it. It was one of the mangas from the school library, and one of the panels was a girl who was practically naked, but with some hair and bubbles covering up the questionable bits.
Oh! Yeah, I think I remember that. And, like, I showed everyone, and everyone was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
And, like, you shoved it in my face, and I was like, "No, stop," and you're like, "You know you're soothed by this, Trev." No, like...
That's so funny.
It really depends on, like, the setting, because if you just walk in to like say a classroom, and I'm very much the same way as you when it comes to this, like a controlled setting, like a classroom or a place where it's like it's very clear. You go in, you be quiet, then like it's just like both of us generally appear pretty plain and boring, like following the rules. But when we walk into a place and there's like no rules and it's just alright, have fun, then it's like we can be pretty energetic.
We be like fucking weird.
No, it's like it's kind of sad now because since we're going to different schools, I just have Jason and Patton to do that with, and sometimes some other people. But it's like we need you to complete the dynamic, because when it's just 3 people, it's like, well, I guess they're pretty weird. But when it's more than 3 people, it's like, all right, they're doing their own thing. They're a whole group.
Yeah, they're just right.
And it's
is the entire group like just like, is it gone?
No, it's not gone. We're just very split up. Like, I don't have any classes with Colson or Matthew, but I see them at lunch. Or I don't have any classes with Nick either. I see all 3 of them at lunch.
Oh, cool.
But at lunch, we're all just kind of a little bit normal. Like, sometimes, like, Nick and Matt and I get into some crazy jokes, and sometimes Colson as well. But it's nothing particularly, like
Strange.
Amazing. Like, basically, I've just gone back to showing everyone memes at lunch. Like, just showing them r/dank memes. Now, we also sit with Malachi and Isaac, and I have some classes with them, but they've never been crazy. They're normal, but they're still pretty amazing people. Who else is there? I don't see Lillian much at all. Apparently, like she had she had something going on. I don't know what, but apparently now she's going to be doing pep band and jazz band, so that should be a lot of fun. I might get to see her more.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else is there? Right. Well, we don't see Isaiah because he's going to a different school. So that's a little sad.
How's that going for him? Have you like talked to him at all?
Oh yeah, I've seen him a fair amount, but like not as much as I'd like to, you know.
Yeah.
Like I definitely miss like all you guys, and same with Connor. He's being homeschooled, so.
Wait, why?
Just because that's what he wanted to do. It's probably very freeing, you know, not having all the stress of going to school and wasting 9 hours away from home. But I wouldn't be able to handle it because I got to see my friends, you know. Like my friends are my antidepressants.
Right. Yeah, I completely understand that.
Yeah. Like being around my friends is just amazing, you know. It's
yeah.
So
it's like it makes you forget everything, you know?
Yeah. And it's like it's just you and your friends having fun and just living, and it's like one of those feelings where it's like this is what.
And you don't fucking think about anything else, and you're just having fun.
Yeah, it's like one of those feelings where like this is what life is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Friends are fun.
Yeah.
Friends make you feel good.
Yes. Yeah. I see you added Take On Me to the playlist. That was one that I forgot to add. That's really, to be honest, that's the song that actually got me into music in the first place, you know?
Oh, that's the Take On Me, that's like the sad version of Take On Me.
Oh, well, that,
So it's like, and they're both made by the same person. I can add both of them. I love both of them.
Yeah, no, for me, it's a little bit of a weird story, because, like, before then, I was never really into music. I was into movie soundtracks, you know? I'd listen to a lot of soundtracks, like, oh yeah, it's cool music. I hated, like, mainstream pop music or rock or anything like that. I was like, no, that sucks, it's boring.
How could you hate rock? First of all, I fucking hate mainstream pop music, but rock is just fucking awesome.
Well, because at the time, like I just hated music in general because I thought it was stupid, you know. I was an ignorant little kid, and then like I'd heard Take On Me and I thought it was okay, but like not much, and then I heard it. I remember the exact time we were in jazz band. We were at, I think it was the Bloomington Jazz Fest, and we were in the arcade, and it came on the radio in the arcade, and I was like, this song is pretty fire. So I remember I actually talked about it with my mom, and she's like, you should watch the music video because it's a classic, and I did, and I liked it, and then I started getting into Queen, and listening to some.
Oh, Queen.
Yeah. And then, after Queen, I gradually started getting into Yes, and over that next year, Yes gradually started taking over everything I listened to because they've got so many songs and so many different styles that it's like you can really listen to anyone at any time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But it's always strange to think back to like Take On Me being the song that got me into music, like legitimately.
I don't remember music like that. I just remember music like I just like music because of the feeling it gives you. I remember a song because of the feeling it gives me. I don't have any specific memories, but music does make me feel good, and it's a very good thing.
Yeah. Like some songs, I just remember the feelings they give me. But like, like other songs, like I'll have specific memories of them. Like, my favorite song is "Close to the Edge" by Yes, and like it's like I remember it both ways because I remember the first time I listened to it, I thought it was super boring. But over time, like as I listened to it more and more, I was like, this is really good. And I remember the first time I really listened to it, I was listening to it while reading the lyrics as well. And this was about a year and a half ago. Like I remember this was early in 8th grade, and like, it was just such an experience. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I was just, like, enraptured in the music and in the sound and the lyrics and the meaning, and, like, it was like, it was like one of the best experiences, you know? It was
Yeah. Dude, you're gonna be a fucking genius in music if you go through that. Like, if you go through for it.
That's incredible.
Because, like, I can see, like, you really like it.
Thanks a lot. That's actually super nice of you. Like, that.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Like, I have a nice warm feeling in my stomach now. Thanks. Because it is what I want to do, but you know, it's almost practically like winning the lottery, like whether or not you'll actually be able to succeed at it.
Yeah, it's like being an artist, but like 10 times harder. Because music is like it's hard to get it out there. It really is.
Yeah.
But I believe you can do it if you like really work hard enough and you really want to do it as much as you say you do.
Thanks a lot. That's actually.
Yeah.
I'd really like to. I really would. It's just like, I just don't know if if that would be worth the risk. And of course, all the adults in my life are probably gonna say, "Oh no, you should go with a more traditional job." But it's like
right.
I just don't know. It's like I would absolutely.
Well, I'd say, right. All right. So like, you can get a job. Right?
Uh-huh.
You can get a job, like a normal job, whatever, quote-unquote normal job.
Yeah.
But on the side, you keep growing your music, and you'd pay attention to that a little bit more. It doesn't have to be a big job. Like,
yeah. That's probably what I plan to do.
Like, yeah.
Like, I'll figure it out eventually.
Just like...
Yeah.
No, you could go.
I'll figure out eventually, like, what I really want to do, because, like, I need to figure out whether I really want to do college, because if I don't, I can just get, like, a normal job somewhere, and then, like, do music on the side. But if I do go to college, it would probably be to become a therapist, because that's probably what I want to do, and then I would do music on the side. Like, there's just so much stuff that I love doing that, like, I'd actually be interested in, like, you know, with filming, it's like, even though my YouTube channel is pretty shitty, like, there's actually aspects of...
Like, you have a passion with it, you love to do it, and it's, like, fun.
Yeah, it's like there's actually aspects of cinematography and narrative and storytelling that I'm really interested in. I also, like, want to be an author, and it's like, it's strange, because it's like, I don't know if I'm able to put energy into all those different things. It's like, I have no idea what the future has in store, because there's so many different rivers I could go down. And it's daunting facing all of them, you know?
What if you could just do, like, all of them?
I'd love to do all of them.
Just tip your toes in each of them. Like...
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's like, publishing a book, it's like, anyone can get a book published. Like, right? It's just a matter of art.
It has to be good.
Yeah, just like, you just have to have an editor who's willing to be like, all right, I'll take this, and like, the problem is actually, you know, if it becomes famous or not, because nowadays the most popular books are all these, like, in my opinion, cookie cutter books where it's always mythology. It's always like, oh, all the Greek gods, something.
Hey, fuck you! I love Greek gods, but go on.
No, it's just. No, I can understand liking those books, right? They can be fun to read, but it's just like, I remember, it's like, reading all of them, it's like, they all felt the same to me, and they all felt boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, like, honestly, school kind of squashed reading out of me, because I used to love reading a lot of different stuff, and now it's like, it feels like... Yeah.
Like, as a kid, like, you love reading and doing stuff, but when it comes to, like, classes and people forcing you to do it, you're just so stubborn.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That is me to a T. Like, I chose to back out of marching band because I fucking hated the whole, like, alright, walk in rhythm, do everything perfectly right. It felt like a fucking boot camp. Like, I'm one of those people where it's like, call me...
No, it is boot camp. It's basically boot camp.
It's like boot camp, but a little bit nicer. No, I'm one of those people where it's like, call me disrespectful or a coward or whatever, but if I was drafted to go to the military, I'd proudly not go. I would proudly, like, just totally back out of that shit.
You'd be like, fucking tax this shit. Like, you'd be fucked over.
Yeah, I would not join the military, okay? And it's not a big statement on war or anything. It's just, I'm not going to go out and kill anyone, okay? I'm not going to go and waste my time doing exercises and stuff that doesn't matter to me. Like, you know, and you can be like, well, it's a service to your nation. Our troops died to defend you.
Fuck.
It's like, all right, sure, there are people who die to defend me, and that's great, but I'm not going to be one of them. I would rather use my life for something that means something to me.
I'm sorry, if that were me though, like, I'm probably not going to do that because I'm a whole ass gal. But like, if I were a guy and I would dip. I'd fucking like, I'm gonna leave, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like, the people that go out there and do, like, fucking sacrifice themselves or whatever, like, you're brave,
Yeah.
You deserve, like, everything you get.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the fuck, yeah. But I don't care about the free discounts. I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah.
I just don't want to die.
And I
have other things to do.
Yeah, I don't want to die, and I don't want to kill anyone else, and I also don't want to waste my time destroying myself like that,
Right, I don't want to get fucked up in the brain just for,
Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want PTSD, thank you very much.
Yeah. Like, it's like, the people who do go out and serve, it's like, bless them, they're doing, like, an amazing thing that, like, I certainly wouldn't have the balls to do, and it's like, sure, let's give them all the respect, but it's like, I'm not gonna be doing that, There are plenty of people who will do it instead.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, like, because some things do suck about the military. Like, for instance, first of all, we go to war over things that can be solved by sitting down and talking it out, which is like the one problem. But also the other one is, like, in the military, there are people that they just use. They're like, your job is to die so that we can use your body as a barricade, like at Normandy.
Yeah.
And I'm just not down with that.
I'm not down for that. That's not my oyster.
Yeah.
That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I've got so much shit in my life. I don't got anything against America or whatever, and if you think that it's disrespectful to not fight for America, look, I'm just here.
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, I'm not gonna die for this place. Like, I don't care. I don't know if that's a bad thing to say, but, like, I don't really, like, I respect everyone that, like, has their own opinion, and, like, like, I respect America, but I don't want to die for it. Like, I have my own life, and I want to live that through.
Yeah,
to the very end.
Yeah, America is supposed to serve its people, and it's like there can be a powerful unity in the notion of, like, seeing America as, like, this, like, thing that we're all a part of, and it's our duty to serve it. There can be power in that, but at the same time, it's like, I would rather not be involved with that,
Yeah.
It's like,
I just, like, hate, like, everything we fucking fight over can be, like, peacefully talked over, but nobody fucking does that. So we just, like, bomb each other for no reason.
Yeah. I don't
think anybody has brains. Nobody can think correctly.
You're not thinking correctly.
I don't think you're thinking correctly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, actually, I learned the national anthem, like the music for it, just so that I can create an arrangement of it to disrespect it as much as possible.
Oh my god.
No,
okay. Oh shit.
No, it's like, it's not even, it's nothing about hating America. I just want to see people get pissed off because I'm disrespecting the anthem. Like, that's really it. I just want to see the reaction. And it's like,
no, I don't think, like, people, like, understand, people are gonna dislike this video or whatever, but it's like, it's funny to see how, like, pro-America or pro-whatever this people are about things, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
But it's like, know. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to get on anyone's nerves. I don't want to make anyone angry. Like, I respect everyone's opinion. I respect what you believe in. I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. But it's so fun to see them squirm when you're just talking bad about it.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah. Like, there's so many times when I just want to say something to a teacher just to see their reaction, but I'm worried about getting in trouble, you know?
Right, exactly. Or when you're talking to your friends and you know, like, they're... Okay, that might be bad. Well, when you're talking about someone, right, and you're talking about something that they don't agree with, my mom's in here, please.
That's
okay,
new.
but, like, I like it, because, like, when you're talking about something that someone agrees about, and they just have this look on their face when you're talking about it.
Yeah, it's always like that look of, like, how can you say that if I disagree with
you? It is so funny. It's just, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, the best thing.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah.
Well.
I mean, you can get mad at me, I guess, but, like, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Well, I am, but I'm not gonna hold that against you. I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with whatever it's just kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Like, I haven't figured out how I want the arrangement to go, but I'm probably going to integrate the songs called America. Like, there's the one in West Side Story, and then the one by Simon and Garfunkel, you know, just to add some spice. And then, you know, just... Well, it's like...
Oh my god.
I don't know if, like, if you know everything about the theory, but, like, it opens up with a major arpeggio, which like, you know, that's dun 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of that, I open up with augmented, which goes like dun dun dun. It's like a sharp 5, which means like it sounds very like not right. So it just sounds all messed up, and it's just great to immediately just ruin the anthem like that. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I actually want to make it into something, and I want to, instead of calling it the national anthem, like call it something like the rational anthem. You know, as a stupid pun. But that sounds too much like it'd be a Rush song. So I'm kidding. Yeah. Well.
Literally, like.
Yeah.
I like how we got, like, from music to, like, making fun of America. How did this happen?
It's called conversation. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, you don't gotta be a smart ass about it, okay? I'm, like, trying to hear if my mommy can hear. Because she would come in here and beat my ass right in front of her.
Okay, well, that doesn't worry me at all. No, I'm not gonna...
This is not a joke. Please help me.
I'm not gonna call CPS. No, actually...
No, but like...
Are you joking or not? Because, like, I'm actually worried that, like...
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I love my mom.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm... Because if someone hears this, they might call CPS. It's
No. I'm fine.
I just wanted to be absolutely certain.
I'm, like, so perfectly okay. I'm good. I'm Gucci.
You sure about that?
Yes. I'm fine, bro.
Fine Bros, like the reaction channel.
Shut up! I didn't say that!
Oh my god.
But anyway, yeah. Music's great. America's okay, I guess.
Nah, fuck
this
it.
Is America.
Don't catch you tripping, y'all. Oh my gosh, no! I should also put that into the rational anthem too. Just a part where it's like, "This is America."
Oh my god! You know how many people would actually like get fucked up over that?
Yeah. No, I wanna. Oh my gosh, I wanna do something where it's like some concert that the school has, and I just like I offer to open up with the national anthem, except instead I just play the rational anthem, and it's like I have a full band up there, and it's like a whole thing, and we just screw up the national anthem, and like everyone's getting Everyone's either like excited or like complaining or like starting to like become visibly like upset. Like what the fuck is this?
What is this shit?
like no, I just see like a middle-aged mother just holding her 5-year-old son's hand, just get up and walk out. No, that would totally happen though.
If you ever do that, invite me. If you don't invite me, I swear to God.
Oh hell yeah, I'm inviting you, and I'm probably also would film that and put it on YouTube, because that's just seriously something I'm kind of interested in, like figuring out, like working out more on, and like, once I get it done, you bet your ass I'm gonna make that one of my songs on one of my next albums.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And I'm probably gonna make it like a fucking 8-minute long prog rock song, you know? So it's just like, it's doing all these things and going crazy. Yeah, I have too many songs I need to work on. Cause like, what always happens with me is like, I write some, you know, and then I'll go to record the keyboards for it, and then I never get around to recording the vocals, because, you know, it always has to be, like, the perfect opportunity where, like, no one's gonna be, like, near me, like, when I'm doing that, no one's gonna open the doors and walk upstairs, like while I'm doing it.
It has to be, like, really silent.
Yeah, and, well, also, I actually did record the vocals recently for one of my songs, and it turned out, like, fucking amazing if I say so for myself. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Because I actually sang in harmony with it, and I did it so that when I recorded it, the first layer of vocals, I recorded it, like, on the right side of my camera, and then the second time was on the left side, so it sounds like the vocals are kind of surrounding you, and you can really hear them be together and then separate, and oh my gosh, I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. Like, I was surprised that it worked that well. But I need to improve as a singer, though, because, like, it's hard for me to have a good sense of pitch. Because, like, I can hear a pitch in my head fine, but it's, like, actually...
Right.
It's actually imitating it, like, right on the line.
Like, you learn how to, like, if you learn how to edit, like, if you have, like, music software or whatever, right? Like, you should, right?
Sort of. I mean, not really. I just do layers. I record layers and put them together in Movie Maker.
Oh, well, fair enough. Well, if you get, like, a music software, which you probably could, like, get a stolen copy or something on the internet.
Yeah, I should look into that.
Yeah, maybe you could get, like, an auto-tune, and you can, like, help your voice a little bit as you're starting out, because there's nothing wrong with auto-tune. There, like, really is nothing wrong with auto-tune. It's just, like, how you use it and how it's presented, like, honestly.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with auto-tune as long as it sounds good. If it sounds shit, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah. No, like, what always happens to me when I'm writing my music is, like, you know, I never get around to writing the vocals, but then also, or I'm sorry, like, recording the vocals. But also then, I also have, like, a whole backlog of songs that I've written the words for that I haven't figured out the actual keyboards for them yet. And it's like, I need to get started on those, because, like, I'm starting to wrap up Starburst Voyage, and I really need to start getting work done on, like, my third album. And it's...
Wait, what's the song that you just recently did, then?
It's not out yet. It's called... I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm working with the title Empty. I might actually share the lyrics with you and ask if you have an idea for what the title should be. But it's... It's 5 minutes long. I really like the harmonics I did with it. I do this thing where I switch from major to minor in the chorus, so it sounds it's all like comes together in this sort of like floaty way. Like I don't know if I can upload it to Discord, but I'll see, and then like you can listen to it and see if you can figure out a good title, because like I can't come up with a good title.
Dude, if you ever need, like, background music, come to me, because I want to sing shit, too.
I might actually ask you for vocals on a song, maybe. I don't know. The difficulty...
I'd be fine with that, yeah.
The difficulty is in, like, I don't know how to, like really get something like that uploaded onto Discord for you to get, and then, like, you know, it's,
Yeah.
Like... Oh, actually, like, 'cause speaking of which, it's like, uh, you know how I'm doing this 2 year anniversary special on my channel?
No, actually.
Well,
Am I late? Something?
not really. I haven't. I've talked about it like a little bit, but like it's a thing that I'm doing. And the 2 year anniversary, let's be clear, it was months ago, but I'm really late on it. Just but it's gonna come out probably within this next week if I get everything done. But like the way one of the things we did for it was I recorded a zombie movie with my friends. It's just a goofy movie. We're all like, it's like pretending to be zombies, and then I edited it to pretty much get it all together, and then I sent it to Jason for him to like add a bunch, like for him to add a bunch of final touches, and then like it took him months to get it finished because he lazily waited around most of the time, and then like when I actually pressured him to do it, he got it all done in like 2 days, which was like a couple of weeks ago. Well, I got it done in like 3 days, and it took like another 3 days to figure out how to export it properly, and then.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's super professional, but I'm actually really excited for how that's going to turn out because like I'm actually releasing this song. I'm actually releasing the song that I've been talking about. That I did the vocals for recently. I'm releasing it with the 2 year anniversary. It's like it's the zombie movie. All these fake behind the scenes things from the zombie movie. 2 songs. The Waluigi Thanos showdown and some other shit, and it's gonna be lit, boys.
I can't wait for that,
dude. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how it's turning out. You should.
Yeah.
You should do stuff on a YouTube channel of your own. That I would watch that.
You'd have to like teach me how to edit and shit, because I'm so bad with computer shit stuff.
Well, I just use Movie Maker, and like that's just you insert the video, and then you and
then fuck around with it,
and then it's done pretty much. But like there's not much to editing, like, or at least the editing that I do. Like, you can't, like, if you develop your like personality in terms of like confidence and charisma, and like you can do like videos and like just upload that raw footage, and it might even be worth it, you know? Like,
yeah.
That's actually, well, that's not quite what I do, but that's pretty much what I do with a lot of stuff on my second channel. Is it's like the Let's Plays, it's like I do nothing to those because they're all raw. Well, on my regular channel, I barely do anything to them either.
I got like, you know how people like ask YouTubers like for advice or whatever on how to start a channel.
Yeah.
And they like go into all these specifics with the cameras and the quality or whatever the fuck. Well, I watched this one guy. Do you know this one guy called Gus Johnson?
No.
Okay, you need to watch him because honestly, he's like one of the funniest people I've ever seen. He makes skits and he's like really popular.
Okay.
And he uses like his phone literally. That's all he like. He sometimes uses just his phone. Well, and that's how he started off, and that's how he hit it off. And he just said like you need to have a good personality. You need to be, if you want to be like a comedy channel, you need to be funny. So you need to have the right type of comedy. It's like he went into these like specifics with that, but it wasn't like it was easy to understand.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't just like, yeah. He specifically said that you don't need anything fancy. You can just use like your iPhone, whatever, or
yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Yeah.
My phone camera is shit though, so that's not true for my phone. But yeah, that is one of the main things. Is the equipment you have doesn't matter if you're not funny or creative. Your content's gonna be shit, and that's actually one of my problems. Yeah. Is like when I'm on my own, I can really not be funny because I can't think of jack shit to say when I'm playing video games, which is why all my Let's Plays are boring. But like every now and then there will be a good one, and generally my Let's Plays with other people are much better than when I'm alone. But like,
dude, Travis, like, okay, so me and Travis were talking about earlier about like how shit his computer is or whatever, and like he was talking about how he's gonna get a computer soon. When you get a new computer, you can you'll get video games on the computer like from Steam or whatever. Like we need to get like video games together, like CS:GO or like Overwatch or some shit.
No, I'd love to do that. Yeah, and we can play with Jake. And then also like invite Jason along and maybe Isaiah and some others. Yeah,
if you guys want to like start off with like a free one that's easy, like Team Fortress is like the perfect one, and it's like fun as hell. It's like it's a classic. It's fine. It runs fine. It is so fun. And it's free. It's free on Steam.
Some of my earliest meme memories were the meet the characters, the meet the videos for Team Fortress 2. My brother showed them to me, and like that would like. I cannot remember how many times, like, I'd be writing a story when I was, like, 8, and I would just rip something straight from the Meet the Spy plot. Oh my gosh, there's an intruder in our base. We have to apprehend him. Like, that happened, like, I would just, like, almost word for word, the exact sequence of what's going on. Even, like, Heavy busting through the door after they can't figure out the code. I would just have that in the story.
Like... Honestly, the classic, like, Team Fortress 2 animations, like, even that's hard to say, like, they're so funny! Yeah. They're so bad, but they're so funny!
Yeah.
Like, I love them!
That thing...
Okay, so I'm on your channel right now, and when I go to videos, the first thing I see is that Infinity War is a failure, and I'm gonna watch that later, and then I'm gonna call you later, and I'm gonna whine.
Alright.
I'm gonna scream.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the keyword is, I don't say Infinity War is a bad movie, I say it's a failure.
Okay, isn't that the same thing?
No, because, for instance, let's say, I don't know, let's say, like, something like The Empire Strikes Back. Like, let's say it was an okay movie, but it didn't really... continue the story like it should have, I would have called it a failure, you know? Like, I call it a failure as a sequel. Like, really, is the main thing.
But that's why... That's the entire thing of Infinity War, though.
What do you mean?
Like, that's, like, it's supposed to be, like... It's supposed to, like... It's supposed to make the viewer think that it's the end. And I think the ending was fucking awesome.
Oh, no, the ending...
down in the end, and he was like...
I would say...
I did pretty good.
I would say, the ending, like, everything from, pretty much everything from, when Wanda kills Vision to the end. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. Oops. From when Wanda has to kill Vision to the end. I would say all of that is absolutely great, but who honestly remembers anything that came before it? See?
I do.
Really? You remember the Black Order, the four gray guys that Thanos had doing things?
The gray guys? You mean Squidward?
Yes. Remember how...
Squidward! I remember that. That's my favorite quote in the entire movie. Like, hey Squidward, get off my planet, and I was like, bruh.
I was like, Tony Stark. No, like, I'd rather not go into details about the Infinity War movie or why I thought it was a failure, just because it's like, I don't feel like going over, like, talking about that.
That's fine, whatever.
Like...
Okay, can we talk about how Robert Downey Jr. fit the role of Tony Stark perfectly, though? I know that's, like, a really old thing, but, like, wow.
Sure. I mean, I don't have much to say about that, but, like, yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, wow. That's perfect.
Well, another one of my problems is with Captain America. It feels like they make him such a flat character. Like, his entire character arc is like, I have to save people. And it doesn't feel like he has any legitimate conflict.
That's why I don't like Captain America. I can never get into Captain America. I don't like Captain America.
Well, because if you watch the first movie does a very good job of developing him as a character, but then over the rest of the movies, they just, like, they don't do anything with him. And that's one of the reasons why I say Infinity War is like a failure, is because they took all these characters, and it felt like they did not much with them. They did a lot with Thor. They did a decent amount with Iron Man, and that was all good.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man, you know how he said he wasn't going to wear that mecha suit at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, and then in this movie he's suddenly wearing it because they go back, the executives went back on their decision.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. And the other thing is, it feels like he doesn't have any part in this movie besides to make it sad when he's about to die. And, like, his acting was very good there.
And, like, the comedy, funny, haha.
Yeah. And the other thing was, Bruce Banner had no character in the movie. I felt like that sucked.
I want them to, like, they developed the Bruce Banner character perfectly in Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like, it was so good.
And
but, like, it made me want to be, like, because it made me feel like Bruce Banner is better than Hulk, because, I don't know, Hulk's just smashy. Bruce has smart things in his brains, and that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna quote you on that. Bruce has smart things in his brain, and that's pretty cool. Absolute genius. No, and then the other main problem I had with the way they dealt with the characters was Star-Lord. It felt like they made him into such this insecure and unconfident person, like, so that he has to compete with Thor for masculinity, and he never really had that problem before much. Like, there were times when he was arguing with Rocket, but he never really felt like his masculinity was threatened. It like he would get into arguments with people over emotional misunderstandings, but like it felt like
they did portray him. They did portray him as like a very emotional guy in the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So he's never actually like seen a handsome buff guy such as Thor. Like, so maybe that's because like he's seen aliens like that, but like nobody that it really catched Gamora's eye other than him.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Except Thor didn't catch Gamora's eye.
Well, like, yeah, but like she was complimenting him and stuff. He was like, remember her? She was like looking at his pecs or whatever the fuck, and then Quill was like, "Hey, this
is my voice." I just like, some of it was funny. I just felt like it was pointless, and it felt like they were just taking his character and making him into like this douchebag in this movie, and I just didn't like it. Like,
Peter Quill. They made him into such an asshole.
Yeah, it's like they had such a good idea for a conflict when he has to kill Gamora, and that's another thing. I felt like they.
Yeah, no, that part was genius. That part was like, cause.
Yeah, but I felt like
that part was really good.
I felt like they. Go ahead.
Peter Quill's stupid, but I don't feel like he's that stupid.
Yeah, like I
can't. I don't know.
With me, it's like that idea of having him have to kill Gamora, that idea is great, but in execution it felt like they ruined his character so much that you're like, well, yeah, just shoot her, it doesn't matter, you know? And like, I feel like I feel like there are a lot of times when they basically pulled a Last Jedi in this movie, subverting your expectations for no reason. Like, the main one was obviously when like Peter shoots the gun and the bubbles come out. That was the first big one. And then the second big one was, oh, the Red Skull's here for no reason. And it's like I remember in the movies, like watching it, like the Guardian guy, and I was in my head, I was like, let me guess, it's gonna be Red Skull under that hood. And it was, and I was like, yep. And Coulson was so surprised, and I was like, what? Why are you so surprised? I just somehow knew that. And then the other one was at the beginning of the movie. You know how at the end of Thor Ragnarok they're saving everyone, and then Thanos' ship shows up? I didn't like how they killed everyone on the ship just to get the stone. I felt like it totally ruined Thor Ragnarok. Because Thor had gone through his arc to prevent Ragnarok from happening, and he had done so much to save the people of Asgard, and suddenly, oh, they're all dead. Yeah.
Well, they're all fucking dead now, so what's the point of Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, and like...
You completely, like, with the Infinity War movie, you completely just threw off the
Yeah.
entirety of Thor Ragnarok, so that doesn't matter anymore. That entire movie didn't, like, there's no point to it.
Yes, like,
Like,
it's the main thing is that now what I do like is how they kept making Thor into this more confident character who had like legitimate strength and power. I loved
yeah.
Thor, but and they definitely saved his character because he used to be such an obnoxious character that no one liked, and then they made him just this
Yeah.
amazing character, and I love that. But like it's just like Infinity War just it spent so much time subverting my expectations that by the time it was the end I was like, well, obviously Thanos is gonna win, like there's no way he won't, and then I was like, yep, he did, and I felt nothing as I watched everyone fade away.
Well, like, it's based off the comics, so Thanos was gonna win anyway. So they're gonna work around that somehow. I don't know.
That was the other thing that I didn't like about Thanos was like they tried to make him an empathetic villain, you know, where he was doing all this for a reason, but the problem is that reason is fucking stupid. Like,
No. That's what makes him fucking cool.
yeah, but
No, you've got that.
he's
No, you've got
he's
that
stupid though. Why doesn't he just double the resources?
He can't. It's fucking. It's easier to just wipe out half the population, dude.
It's easier,
And
but it's not the right thing to
double
do.
You can't just double the resources. How's that? The Infinity Stones only destroy. They don't give, bro. But like,
Where's that written? In the name, Infinity
in
Stone.
my fucking mind. In my mind. Okay, fuck you.
No,
But, like,
I just,
it gives him like, cause like, all right, I'm gonna go into Eryn cool mode. I don't know. Fuck.
Eryn cool mode
anyway.
entering. Go ahead.
But like, it gives him a cooler character because he thinks he's doing right, but he's the villain. Those characters are obviously the scariest characters because they will keep doing what they are doing without any remorse because they think it's the right thing to do. So they'll do it, and they'll think of all the other characters trying to stop them as the bad guys. And Thanos is thinking that he's the good guy. He's thinking he's doing a good thing, and he won't stop for anyone. He thinks he's trying to save the entire world when he is obviously clearly not. And that's why he's really, really dangerous because he doesn't care. He honestly doesn't care. He won't think, and he thinks he's doing the right thing. And when you think you're doing the right thing, you won't stop. That's why he's a character.
No, I agree with that. Like, that motivation of making him, like, the bad guy who thinks he's doing the right thing, I like it, but, like, it's like, to me, like, it's like you're right. It does make him a more interesting character, but I feel like it takes away from the fact that he's Thanos. Because in the comics, he was doing all this to please Death, and the idea was he was the mad Titan, not the misguided Titan, you know. And like the idea was he was unstoppable because he was chaotic and extreme. You know, he was the ultimate villain because he was ultimately powerful and unpredictable. It's like you can have so many idealistic villains in other movies and like. I feel like that kind of villain archetype should have been used in another movie because Thanos, especially when they were building him up and all the post-credit scenes, they built him up as kind of like that guy who was like who wanted to please Death and who wanted to like legitimately destroy things. They kind of built him up as like this crazy, like unpredictable, like, oh, you'll never see me coming character, and like it felt like in this movie.
Well, you kind of didn't see him coming.
I mean, I guess. It's just, in this movie, it felt like that was just another subversion of expectation. And it's like, I did like Thanos in this movie, but I felt like, as a sequel, it's like, it doesn't really work. Because, like, think about this. For the next movie, hold on a second. About this. In the next movie, the only way to stop Thanos is to either take back the Infinity Gauntlet and undo everything that way, find some other mystic solution, which would be some kind of bullshit, in my opinion, ex machina bullshit, or convince Thanos that what he did was wrong and have him undo everything. And to me, it's like I guess they could make that work, but at the same time, I don't think...
It won't be very much of an action movie, would it?
Yeah. No, because what I think is, like, had Thanos been, like, the Mad Titan, like I'd said, like, chaotic, unpredictable, like, almost like the Joker in a way, like, had he been the Mad Titan, like, the answer would have been clear. We have to stop him, we have to kill him. Now it's like, well, how do we fix everything, you know? Like, Thanos isn't going to keep continuing to, like, kill people to please Death, because in the comics it's like, sure, he wipes out half the universe, but if Death's still not pleased with him, he's going to keep on going. Now it's like, they either accept that the world's changed and move on, or beg him for forgiveness, which I don't think either of those things works. So that's really another reason why I think the Mad Titan character was a better idea.
Well, you know, how about we stop talking about this topic and let's both agree that it's going to be very interesting to see how Endgame is going to look. So,
it is going to be interesting, and like I have to say, I liked Infinity War. It was okay. The main thing was I needed to make a Nasty Opinions video, and the other thing was I definitely felt like Infinity War should have been better. But yeah, let's move on. No, I have an idea. I'm gonna look up. I have an idea.
I've got an idea.
I've got an idea. Hold on. 40 questions to ask your best friend to find out how well you know each other.
Oh my fucking god.
This is gonna be dumb. Oh my god. Oh gosh, dang, my mouse. Hold on. Oh gosh. Alright. The way I want to do this is, like, I'm gonna say the questions. I'm gonna guess your answer. You're gonna guess mine, and then we're gonna actually say them. So, first question is, what am I most afraid of? And for your answer, I think you're gonna say that the thing you're most afraid of is not being free and feeling trapped.
Well, your answer, I think you're gonna say maybe not being successful in, like, what you think you're gonna be. Like, okay, that's it. What were you gonna say?
My answer, the thing I'm most afraid of, is probably being alone or being unhappy. What's yours?
Okay. My thing I'm most afraid of... Oh, shit. That's a lot of things.
No, yeah, that's true. There's so much.
Probably being alone. Yeah, like you, yeah. I don't wanna...
Yeah.
No, wait. Nah, I can take being alone. I don't give a fuck about that. Never mind, wait.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's death. Like, I'm scared of the afterlife, or whatever it's gonna bring me, because, like, you know, when you die, well, what I believe in, well, I'm an atheist. I respect all other people's religions. Well, since I'm an atheist, I believe it. When I die, I'm gonna die. And so if I, like, you know, fuck up everything now, or just, like, you know, give up or whatever, I'm not gonna have any, like, second chances, you know what I mean? So I guess I'm pretty scared of that.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Second question, I don't know what they mean by this, but it's where can you always find me? And I'm gonna guess that you're going to say in my penis.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay. I think I could always find you. Probably in your bedroom, like, masturbating on your fucking piano. That's what you'd be doing.
First of all,
like, honestly,
my piano is not in my bedroom. Second of all,
I've never been to your house, okay?
What?
I've never been to your house, okay?
Okay.
I don't know where your shit is.
Second of all, I don't spend most of my time masturbating or in my bedroom. And third of all, you can always find me in your vagina. Oh gosh, wait, that sounds bad. Never mind. Okay, you answer.
You fucking try, bro. Okay, let's make this even. Yeah, sure, you'll always find me in a penis.
Literally inside.
What the way you phrase that.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Question number 3 is, what's been my greatest accomplishment? And I'm going to guess that your greatest accomplishment is probably getting through marching band season.
Woo. I'm gonna guess that your greatest accomplishment is... I don't know. I remember that one time I was at the concert and you were doing it in front of you were like playing the piano and you had the band and stuff. I remember that, and that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna say that's your greatest accomplishment, but it's probably not. But that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway,
that was pretty dope, and that was one of the things that came to my mind. But I would say my greatest accomplishment is probably eating the fuck out of my depression.
Honestly,
I yeeted out of that shit.
Let's get a dab on that.
Dab on depression. Oh, let's have a moment to dab on depression.
Dab on depression.
Alright, well, what is your greatest accomplishment?
I'm gonna getting through marching band, yeah. You got that, like, to the T.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I'd get through that shit.
Yeah, see, see, I know you. Alright, the fourth question is, what is my biggest disappointment? And, let me think here. I'm gonna guess that you're going to say that your biggest disappointment is probably leaving your friends behind from... Oh, shoot, I can't say the name of the school. Well, no one's watched this far.
Okay, my greatest disappointment, you mean?
Yes.
That the question? Okay. Yours... something. Ooh. Man, that's a tough one.
I've never done anything disappointing in my life.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-mm.
You're like...
I don't know.
Your most disappointing thing was thinking that Take on Me was kind of okay when you first heard it. That's it.
Well, let me tell you, that was a big oof. Let me tell you, that was a big oof, but I don't know. My greatest disappointment was this is kind
of difficult because we don't really know how to answer the questions ourselves.
Yeah. It
like,
is?
I don't. I'm pretty confused.
We'll figure it out. My greatest disappointment...
I'm just winging this.
Oh, yeah. Winging is the best. My greatest disappointment... I don't know, because I don't have that many disappointing things in my life. Probably... Oh. I suppose
my entire fucking life is a disappointment. How about that? Got him? No, I just imagine one of those Filthy Frank videos where it's like, so cool, epic in the background, you know, where it's like, oh, yeah. No, I would say greatest disappointment, the biggest disappointment I have on my mind right now, which I can say to you because I trust you and because no one's watching this far anyway, is probably liking someone who's already in a relationship, because that shit's pretty fucked. Ooh, yeah. I've been through that. Fuck.
Alright. So,
Alright.
tell me your greatest disappointments.
My greatest disappointment. Oh, okay. My greatest disappointment. That's a lot of things. My greatest disappointment was signing up for the marching band without fucking knowing what I was gonna get into. That's my greatest disappointment.
Alright.
I regret that.
That's understandable. Alright, hold on. Let me change the camera battery. I'll be back momentarily. Back, motherfucker.
You scared the crap out of me.
Wait, what?
You scared the crap out of me.
Okay. Alright. Question number 5. Where would we go if we could go on any vacation? I'm gonna guess.
Where would I?
I'm gonna guess that yours would. This is difficult. I'm gonna go with one of two things. Either it's gonna be like a big forest on like a mountain where there's a lot of exploration available with all your friends.
Okay,
or
wait. So like that's the vacation. So we're going into like land specific. So it's not like a place, right?
well,
So I was thinking like a country.
oh yeah. I wouldn't know where to begin, so I'm gonna guess either. I guess I'm thinking more of a trip. I'm thinking more of like a trip than a vacation. Either a place where it's like a lot of big forests and mountains for exploration that you would go to with friends, or like a giant, amazing arcade theme park with friends. No.
Okay, ooh. A trip with you? Like, I feel like... So is this like a week-long trip, right? Like, maybe, yeah?
Could be, yeah. But, like, anywhere from, like, a couple of days to a week or something like that. I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like... You'd probably go to, like, one of those, like a concert. Like, a really big concert. Like, one of those hippie concerts that last for days. Those have always like seemed like fun to go to.
Wow.
In general. And maybe like somewhere with like a lot of video games. So yeah, maybe an arcade.
Alright.
Arcade theme park, like I said. Like you said.
I would probably...
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Alright. I'd probably choose the thing that I said for you. Which would be, like, yeah...
The forest?
Forest or arcade or something like that, but, like, with friends, you know? With a lot of friends.
Yeah. Duh.
I'd probably do that.
Yeah. I would go to a forest. I thought you'd go to like an arcade big theme park, yeah, though.
Maybe. It would really depend, because it's like...
With friends, like with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, I would love to do that, but at the same time, it's like stuff like that wears you out so quickly, and it's... and also, like when it's over, it just feels like a fever dream. Whereas, like, going to a forest, that'd be really nice. So
forest is pretty, yeah.
I could go either way. Alright.
Yeah, me too.
Describe my perfect day. I'm gonna guess that your perfect day is a day where you can probably, I don't know, like, invite a lot of friends over to your house and play around and maybe go out to eat somewhere or something like that.
I feel like your perfect day is obviously with a bunch of people. You need people around. So, a bunch of friends, and maybe you're just hanging out at your house and playing video games. Because, I don't know, that seems like you. That seems like your perfect day. Just, like, hang out with your friends and having fun.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, that's it.
I would say my perfect day And this would go into a lot of specifics, but I would say something like that, except probably not at my house. Either it'd be me with my friends roaming around the streets of downtown Indianapolis, hanging out and having fun,
Yes.
or something like being either like with a bunch of band kids doing band stuff, or with musical people in general, just like playing music and having fun and messing around. That's probably what I'd pick. Like one of those two.
Sound so fun.
Yeah, those both sound. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. What about you?
My perfect day is actually like kind of the opposite of what you said. I like really like being alone. I like friends, like especially when we're out in public. But I like being alone. Like either that, I like being alone, or I like being like with one or two friends.
Yeah.
Because like I do like my friends, and I do like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
So I also don't want to like I don't know. It's just like there's too many people. I guess I get like
No, I know what you
anxiety
mean.
or something.
Yeah.
But like I feel like the perfect day for me is either like I'm alone or I'm hanging out with like one or two friends, and I'm either at home playing music on my computer, reading a book, or I'm at a bookstore. I've always loved bookstores. That's my perfect.
That sounds hella nice. All right. This next question is dumb. Who would I invite to my fantasy dinner party? I kind of want to just skip this one. What about you?
Can we just tell each other anyway? Can we just like make up some bullshit?
All right. Fantasy dinner party. That sounds. I don't fucking know. I'd invite real people to that. I just invite.
What about fantasy dinner party? Like, alright, like pick. Alright, no. Can we make this easier? It does. It's not. It can't. It doesn't have to be a specific person. Let's say like from like anything from any fantasy place. Like those are the people that you invite.
All
like
right.
So Hogwarts. Or,
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I was about to say.
Harry Potter.
I'd get the house elves from Harry Potter to make all the food, and just eat it myself. What about you?
I would probably like my dinner party would probably be like Homestuck.
I've heard of it. Isn't it a comic?
Yeah, it's a webcomic.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite characters are in there, so I just like get all of the characters. Like if you put a big, huge ass table like in the middle of a room or whatever, it doesn't have to be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be like just like a shitty place.
Yeah.
And we'd all have like fun, like talking about stupid stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Question number 8 is pretty weird. It's just, when did we meet? And we both know it. We mentioned it earlier in the video. It's just band in 6th grade, and then Ethan introduced us at lunch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Question number 9 is, back then, did you think we'd be friends for this long? I'm gonna guess you're gonna say no.
I thought we would be more of acquaintances.
Yeah.
Because when my first impression on you, I didn't tell you this. I didn't tell you my first impression on you. My first impression on you, what I thought you were did you have the weird hair back then? I can't remember.
I did.
The weird hair. Yeah. Okay, so the first time I saw you, I thought you were the weirdest kid, but you also looked like you could be really fun. I didn't think I'd be this close as friends, but I think we'd be buddies or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I thought the same thing. Either just acquaintances or maybe buddies. I never expected to become this close of friends. I'm glad we have, because you're great. But that's interesting. I feel like that's how most people see me, is either the weird kid who can be a lot of fun, Or, of course, the smart kid who knows everything in class.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
see you as both.
Well, no, I actually...
You're, like, really fun, but also a smartass.
No, I'm perfectly fine being a smartass, but I honestly don't like being perceived as, like, the know-it-all, because it's like, I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't value it, and it just feels obnoxious that that's the big thing I'm known for, but it's not a huge deal. Alright.
I see you as both. Shit.
Alright, number 10.
I see you as all.
Question number 10 is, sigh. What was my most embarrassing moment? And I think you're probably going to say the last few days of school when you did your hair up and it ended up looking like my hair.
Oh my god. I remember that. No. It didn't even look like your hair though.
It did a little bit. Well, no, it looked just like my hair when I was starting out in 5th grade with that.
I'm not saying like that your hair look was weird or bad.
Well, it was.
Well, like back then, you might have thought it was bad, but like I thought it was like really fun. I thought it was just like really fun.
Well, yeah, that was the idea. Is like it was just supposed to be fun, but it ended up being kind of weird and kind of bad, but mostly just fun.
I love that. It was
all right.
Classic. It's always gonna be the best. Your most embarrassing moment.
Yeah, this is tough because I don't really get embarrassed by much.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like... And plus, I have, like, a really bad memory, so I don't remember that much. Like,
yeah, that's understandable.
Like, middle school, surprisingly. I'm like, my fucking brain is... And it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh. What have we done?
Right? Shit. I don't know. Have you ever been embarrassed in band class? Like, you ever done something?
Not really. Remember in 6th grade when I chewed gum from the bottom of the chair and, I got called out on it by everyone and Mr. Christian?
Oh my god, yes. Yes. No, that is your most embarrassing moment. That was like...
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That was like one of my favorite... I don't think we were that close at the time.
No,
like,
we didn't know each other.
We weren't that close. Yeah, we were like separate. Like, we weren't like really that close, but I would talk to you like sometimes. And like, I heard that, and I was like, what the hell? That's so gross. But now, like... No, I thought it was like funny too. I was like... Like, I couldn't stop laughing. I remember that. It was so funny.
He made me get up and spit it out, and Isaiah said I look like a tomato. No, see, that wasn't...
I think that was like one of the best moments like in band history of all time.
Really? I just want to forget about it because everyone still to this year in freshman year, everyone keeps like always bring it up. Like Rebecca would always be like, remember
that one time he jumped from the bottom of the chair?
Yeah.
That was so fucking funny though.
Oh, it's hilarious. I will say I don't really think I have a most embarrassing moment because I don't get embarrassed by much. Because usually with stuff like that, like the chewing gum story, it's more funny than embarrassing. But I would say most embarrassed I've ever felt is probably back in like kindergarten and 1st grade when I'd break some rule on the bus and they'd have me stand in front of the bus and I had to look back at all the other kids while they like yelled at me for... But like looking back, it's no big deal now. But back then, I was like, like I remember she said I'm gonna write you up, and I had never heard that term before, so I thought she literally meant like write on me. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
All right, but what was your most embarrassing moment?
Okay, there's so many. Wait, well, there's like a couple in middle school that I remember, and it still haunts me to this day. Alright, so, okay, this one's really bad. So, like, if anyone that doesn't know me, like, or doesn't know this about me, I have, like, this, like, really weird, like, obsession with true crime and serial killers and like anything. It's not really weird. It's not like I'm not gonna become one of them. So don't worry about that. I'm not. Please.
No one's
please
worried. No one's worried. Don't worry. Just go.
Love me.
Just go ahead with your story.
Like, okay, so I know like a lot about any serial killer you can name. Like, honestly, yeah. So
wait, Elliot Rogers. Elliot Rogers.
Elliot Rogers? I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay then.
I know. Alright. So like in the language class, 8th grade, so my language teacher was talking, we were debating or whatever. Or yeah, we were debating. We were talking about something. And you know, John Benet Ramsey?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. John Benet Ramsey is a little girl that supposedly got killed. Yeah, she got killed. Got killed and was like she disappeared for like a couple days. And so like they found her in the basement of her own home, which is obviously fucked up. And so I was spouting off I raised my hand and I was spouting out facts about the cold case or whatever, the case, right? Mm-hmm. And then I talked about specific facts about like how she could it could have been like there was evidence that she could have been raped, like after that or something like that. And at the end of the sentence, I like laughed a bit, like I giggled a bit because I was nervous. Because
I know what you mean. It's because
I laughed after I was telling about all the fucking murder.
Yeah.
I laughed because I was so nervous.
No, I get it,
everybody was looking at me, and I was really nervous, because I was like, oh my god, I'm being fucking weird again, aren't I? And so I laughed, like, really awkwardly at the end, and then that's when I realized I fucking laughed at the rape part, and I was like...
Oh my god. I feel for you. I have to try not to smile.
And everyone looked at me, and they were like, that's not funny. And I was like... I could not look up for the rest of the day. I couldn't look up.
Oh gosh, no. Oh my gosh, that's so tough. Like, I have to smile every time I talk about someone who died. It's like some part of me just wants to you know?
Right, yeah.
But actually, alright, go ahead.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Oh yeah, that sounds... Oh my gosh. But I was gonna say, speaking of embarrassing moments, I did remember something else that happened to me in 5th grade, and plenty of people are gonna remember this story. But in 2nd, 4th, and 5th grade, I'd won the spelling bee for my class, which means I would... which means I'd go on to the school-wide spelling bee, and I remember in 5th grade... Oh, this was an oof. I was in the high ability class, the smartest class in the school. The first word that came up, and this was between the 4th and the 5th grade, the first word that came up was the word verb, and I stumbled spelling it, so I said V-E-R-B, and they didn't count it because I actually said VR at first. And, so I was just out of the spelling bee from then on, and I was like, oh my god. Like, I started crying on the stage, and, like, I remember, oh my gosh, it was such a... They started taking pictures of everyone up there. I was just, like, sitting off on the edge, like my face was red, and I was trying not to cry. Oh my god.
That's horrible! Like, how old were you in this?
I was 11.
Oh, okay. You were 11. Okay, never mind. I thought you were, like... Like, if you stumbled, yeah. I don't think that's that bad, though.
Well, it's not. It's just, well, at the time, I had a huge...
I wouldn't think they'd...
Like, at the...
I wouldn't think they'd take a thing... I've always wanted to be in a spelling bee, but, like, we never had one.
Yeah. Like, the reason why it was so bad was, like, one of the big things was at the time I had a huge ego about having to beat everyone at everything, you know, and be the smartest kid.
Yeah.
And so that was part of it, but also the other part of it was just it was just this horrible, like, I made this huge mistake that, like, I was
Yeah.
disappointed in myself. I knew other people would be disappointed in me. I remember like walking back to the classroom. I walked back separately from the rest of the class because I was one of the people on the stage. I remember like my mom was trying to comfort me and stuff. I walked back into the classroom and, like, I know Mr. I almost said his name. Gosh dang it! This is too early to be doing this. The teacher probably told everyone to do this. Obviously, he'd be like, "All right, listen, you made a mistake. It's okay. When he walks back into the class, just stand up and clap." You know. So I did that, and I started doing that. I just broke down and cried. And then we went to the restroom later that day, and I was crying in the bathroom while we were all in there. And, like, I remember one of the boys that year, whose name was Ethan, not the same Ethan that we all know and love, but a different Ethan
Yeah.
who's since moved to Florida. Uh, he had been kind of mean to me that year, and he was a great kid. He was the most intelligent kid in the school. He was, like, almost a freaking genius,
Right.
and he was also very, like, he tried to have moral integrity and be nice and do the right thing and stuff. But it's like he had been kind
Yeah.
of mean to me and picking on me that year. So in the bathroom, he just, like, this fucking fifth grade kid just straight up apologized to me. Said, "I'm sorry for the way I've been treating you this year," and, like it was, like, almost fucking inspiring because, like, that was the first time anyone was actually did something bigger than just themselves to me, who was like another kid. And
Right.
like, I'm very happy that that happened because I'm glad I have, like, that final, like, good memory of him as a person, like, before he left. Because if he was, like, still around here in Indiana instead of Florida, like he'd probably be great company. He was an amazing dude. All right,
Yeah.
that was a long tangent just for the 10th question. Wow.
That's fine.
No, I was just surprised. Okay, question number 11. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to burp, but I can't. Now this one's pretty. This one's pretty obvious for me, but it's which fashion decision was my biggest mistake? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess you're gonna say the time you did your hair so that it looked like mine.
Yes. Well, I didn't know it was gonna be like a fashion mistake. I didn't know that. Well, alright, yours is obviously your hair. Like, wait, what did make you, like, what inspired your haircut? I never, like...
Originally, do you know about Doctor Who?
Yeah.
I wanted to look like the 10th Doctor, and so it ended up looking like that instead. And, like, well, over the 3 years that I had it, like, it just, I just expanded on it and started, you know, I'm gonna gel up the back and the sides as well. But, like, now it's like I just do the top again. Like, I'm back down to keeping it more simple, and like,
Yeah.
I still would love if my hair looked like the 10th Doctor's, but, like, that was the original inspiration, and it definitely didn't work out.
Right. So, I've watched, like, the first couple of episodes of Doctor Who, but I couldn't really get that much into it.
It is like that. It takes a lot of time to get into because it's like it's hard for one. It's hard to wrap your head around everything that's going on and all the basic rules of the universe. But also two, it's like most episodes are just okay. Like they're all, like, probably going to be at least somewhat good. But it's like the best episodes are amazing, and, like, the worst episodes are like awful, and, like, most of the episodes are just kind of normal, you know. So yeah, I totally understand about it being difficult to get into, but when you do get into it, it's like it's great.
And so I'm looking up 10th Doctor right now, and, like, the haircut, like, you could have just shagged your hair up a little bit.
That's the thing.
Just,
Like, I that's what I pretty much did at first, except it ended up just looking like you know, what's a good example? Like the early Markiplier hair, it kind of looked like that, except kind of higher up. But like to imitate his hair, it's actually still difficult to do because I still kind of try to make that my general guide. It's like like his hair is just so unique. But yeah, I don't know if I'd call that my biggest.
Oh yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So there's like just a bunch of pictures of him. Like he has like a bunch of different haircuts, but like I just saw the picture of like your haircut, and yeah, I know where you're coming from. So
Yeah.
never mind. All right, so sorry.
I don't know if I'd call that my biggest fashion mistake. I don't because I still do it now because I'm just stubbornly holding on to it. But
Yeah.
I don't, honestly, I think there was something else I did. I don't think I remember it. That was another big fashion mistake. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, let's move on to question 12, which is name.
Wait, I didn't. Okay.
Oh wait, go ahead.
I didn't answer mine.
Wait. I thought you said it was the time you did your hair so it looked like mine.
Oh well, but like yeah, but like also I didn't really know that was gonna be a fashion failure. So not technically. The one thing I went to the dance. You know, like the snow dance thing that was in like either 8th grade or 7th grade.
You mean the holodazzle dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, like, yeah, I saw you there, and like, we talked like 2 times.
I remember that.
Remember my outfit that day? Remember like how I looked like fucking Ellen DeGeneres, but like 10 times worse somehow?
Sort of.
Yeah, it was like I looked like a mega fucking lesbian.
More like Ellen DeGeneres.
A good one. Yeah, I'm not even a good one. I wasn't even a good Ellen DeGeneres. And that's... Is there a good Ellen DeGeneres? I don't know.
Probably. No, I sort of remember that. No, I remember the main thing from that was just because we were talking a little bit. You know Cameron? I was about to say his last name, but I can't do that. You know Cameron? The guy who had like a box cut, sort of, that was bleached. And he had glasses.
Yeah.
He kept saying that he kept saying that we were going out just because we talked at the dance. I was like, oh my gosh, shut up.
I mean, like, I think I went with I didn't go with anybody, but like I went there mainly for like 2 people, I think.
Yeah. No, I don't think. Go ahead.
No. Okay, you can go on now.
I don't think anyone really went there. With anyone.
Yeah.
We're all losers. Alright, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm fine now. You can go on to the whatever question it is.
This question, it doesn't really pertain to us because we aren't in the car together really ever. But it's name the song I love singing to in the car. So I'm just gonna do name the song I love singing to. And with you, shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's that alligator skin boots or whatever it was that you had me listening to.
Yeah. Probably. I don't really have a favorite, like, or anything, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be... well, I have a couple ideas, then. Okay. Well, you...
Uh-huh.
I, like, really don't, like, you just now, like, are kind of, like, telling me about your music style.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you just listen to a bunch of Yes songs.
No, that's
like... That's it. Like, I feel like that and, like, maybe... Take On Me, because, like, you said that, like, 1,000 times. And I'm pretty bad at this, but, like, you just now started telling me about your music type. Like, really started telling me. So,
yeah.
I didn't even know what it was called, like...
Oh wait, what's called?
What type of music you like?
Progressive rock.
Yeah, thank you. Progressive rock. Yeah, I knew that.
No, you hit...
But, yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. It's all Yes songs. I just listen along to Yes songs and like, sing along to them.
Yes!
That's.
Oh, I actually didn't mean to do that on purpose.
You totally, yeah, that's absolutely 100% correct.
Yes, okay. Alright. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're probably right about the alligator skin boots song. I do rock out to that, like, a ton.
With your cock out?
My problem? Yeah. Shut up. I'm fucking emo. Leave me alone. I also, like, really like... I like old 80s rock. Like, I like old rock.
Like the...
So...
Yeah?
Yeah, like, maybe some AC/DC. Well, that's not that old, but, you know.
Yeah?
Classic rock. You know, classic rock.
Yeah, like...
I like classic rock.
Like...
And also, songs is Wonderwall by Oasis, so that's another one. So
more like Oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah.
Gabbing.
Alright, I can't ask question 13 because I don't want to betray anyone's privacy. Question 14 is, why do you think we get along so well? And I'm going to guess that you're going to say it's probably our senses of humor.
Yeah, actually. I'm kind of guessing that you'd say the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's, like, we kind of, like, have the same personality.
Yeah, in a weird way, it's like we have the same personality with little deviations.
Like, little differences, like, little personality differences, and I don't know, that just, like, makes it a lot more special. Just like, about those things that are different.
Well, it's because, like, we're so similar in our obnoxious sense of humor, but also we have, like, such different, like stories and perspectives that like it makes it
interests and things, like our interests are like completely different in some aspects.
Yeah,
so
like,
I think it's like
I've definitely thought that before. Question 15 is, which game or reality show would I do best on? I'm gonna guess that you're gonna say Jeopardy.
Yes! You know what? You too. Jeopardy, like, let's get this on. Yeah, maybe I'd probably do Jeopardy best, because that's like, bro, wait. Price is Right. Can we just, like, Price is Right that shit?
See,
like, yeah.
I'm bad at gambling and chance games, so...
Chance games. No, yeah, you'd probably be Price of Right, then Price is Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, like, more of, like, do you know that one game show where it's, like, kind of the same actors every time? You know, whose line is it anyways?
Oh, yeah. Is that even a game show?
It's like...
show.
They have to do stuff, they pull things out of hats, and they have to do them.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'd actually love to be on that. That'd be a lot of fun.
I love that show.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's great. Yeah. I went through a period where I just watched compilations of Whose Line Is It Anyway clips. And oh my gosh, that was 2 years ago. Holy crap. Wow. Are you still there? Uh-oh. My phone turned off. That's an oof. Ruh-roh. Crap. This is weird. Hold on. Alright, so my phone's actually at 1%, so it failed. Yeets. Bye, Eryn.